Able to get a piece of it. Bird the steal, though. Bounce pass to Maxwell, back to Bird, and in.
Simple give-and-go basketball. Larry Bird kicks it out to Maxwell, cuts back.
The Boston Garden shook with energy, and at the center of it all was Larry Bird. In Game 2 of the 1984 Eastern Conference Finals, Bird was relentless, filling the stat sheet with 32 points, 13 rebounds, and 7 assists, once again setting the tone for the Celtics. Every time Milwaukee pushed, Bird answered. His shooting kept the crowd roaring, his passing opened lanes for teammates, and his work on the glass denied the Bucks second chances. Dennis Johnson provided another huge lift with 26 points, while Kevin McHale powered his way to 24 points off the bench, giving Boston a steady scoring punch inside. For Milwaukee, Marques Johnson led the charge with 29 points, and Sidney Moncrief added 22, but the Bucks struggled to keep pace with Boston's balance and execution. The Celtics tightened their grip on the series, using Bird's brilliance and a well-rounded attack to leave the Bucks searching for answers in Game 2.
With his knee.
He did miss 5 games earlier this season as Bird hits the turnaround shot. Larry Bird is just and Dennis Johnson will swing it cross court to Henderson. He takes the 20-footer and he hits it.
An unsung hero.
Here come the Celtics with a fast break opportunity. Henderson will pull up from 16 and he hits it. Henderson's now hit 2 in a row and the Celtics have jumped out to a 6-0 lead.
A one-on-one move.
I think the Bucks would like to use more of the shot clock. Milk it. Dunleavy, 3-point land. He hits it. And Junior wide open on top, and all of a sudden, like Kevin McHale agreed with one of the officials here.
Well, once out of about 1 million, that's pretty good odds.
They double up on Henderson. They find DJ down low and in.
Milwaukee has a breakdown defensively. They don't rotate in their half-court defense. Good recognition and awareness, and Henderson's got the open layup.
Celtics move it up by 5, 10-5.
Milwaukee's a solid 5-man half-court basketball team. They do a great job running screens.
Marques Johnson, he misses it. He took it strong to the hoop the other night in Game 1. Celtics with a 4-on-3, and DJ draws the foul. Celtics have their biggest lead, 12-5. Switch off now with Maxwell and Bridgman. Frees up Moncrief outside, and Sidney Moncrief gets his first 2.
Flexibility is the name of the game for Sidney Moncrief. He posts you inside, scores a lot on the boxes, but can't shoot the jumper.
Gerald Henderson misses the layup. He beat Dunleavy to the hoop that time. Mike will bring it down to the other end, and he takes it up. Tipped by Marques Johnson, once again by Marcus. Moncrief, the offensive goal, blocked by Parrish. That's his second block tonight. And lead the Bucks 12-7. We've got 6.5 left to go in the first. We have, though, Robert Parrish at the other end, showing you the great front line of the Celtics, the size, and what that can do for you.
Parrish gives him so much in the interior. There he is with the great blocking angle. Moncrief taking out. Oh, he was able to get his hook off that time. Nobody stepped in to double up.
It still won't go down, and Bird comes up with a loose basketball. Dennis Johnson. Celtics have a 3-on-3, but the Bucks get back in a hurry. The mismatch on Parrish. He was so surprised to see Bridgman on him, and he had such a wide open shot. He threw up a brick. Marcus takes it strong inside, and he draws the foul.
Got the ball off the glass. Once you make contact with the ball and it touches the glass, it's automatic goaltending. Good call by the official.
Who made the pass?
Larry Bird. Who else?
Yeah. That ball went on top of the backboard. Moncrief got it down the lane and puts it in. Dunleavy, he's got Moncrief down ahead. Dennis Johnson got back. Moncrief and in. Moncrief caused him to hesitate on the shot. The traveling Bird, the long pass to McHale, picked up by Lister. To Parrish, the finger roll, and Lister got a piece of it, and it still went in for Robert Parrish, his first 2 points.
You don't believe that?
Not for a minute. Bird steps back, hits it, and Bridgman's looking for the foul.
That's an a la Bob Cousy shot, shooting that old one-hander with the knee up in the air.
Dennis Johnson guarding Pressey. Boy, Pressey was outstanding in Game 1 as Lister gets it down low and puts it up and in.
Lister really is a mystery man, especially to Bob Lanier. Today he was quoted all over in the Boston papers. He said Lister has so much talent. You have to see him every day in practice. It's just a matter of time before he realizes how good he can be.
Bird, the left hand in the end.
Roger, the man amazes me. He's an absolute playing on another planet. He belongs in another league. Don't put him in the NBA. Find another league for Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. They don't belong here. They don't belong here. It's unfair. Too much of an advantage.
22-17, and McKeskey will check in for the Bucks. And an illegal defense is called. Buckner with the steal. Blocked by Pressey. Pressey, for guards in the NBA, blocks shots as well as any of them. Down to the other end. Scramble, and it's going to be a jump ball. That's a timeout on the floor with 2:47 left to go. Opening period, Celtics lead the Bucks 22-17.
Games in a row when he wore the Celtic uniform and played for Red Auerbach.
Double team underneath. McHale gets it and puts it up and in.
With the passing team in the NBA as a team.
Tried to go inside to McKeskey. Dennis Johnson the steal. DJ holds it up. Lister guarding McHale.
A smart play by Johnson. They didn't have the numbers. He pulled it back out. He waited for McHale to get inside. Finds McHale. Milwaukee's scouting. We have Lister back, so therefore he gets the Buckner and they get in their offensive set.
Dick, as we come down to the conclusion of the first period, we come back for the second 12 minutes to talk about the scouting report that Milwaukee has on Boston as Pressey brings it down on the turnover and Lister misses the jam. DJ to McHale, and the foul's going to be on McKeskey.
Very unselfish play by Dennis Johnson. Johnson could have easily taken that to the goal, but he recognizes McHale trailing. There's the good pass. It's the air pass. Here comes Lister. He gets the back of the iron. I've seen that happen to many a player. Nothing to be embarrassed about. But Boston makes you pay. Every time you make a mistake, it creates an opportunity on the other end, and they take advantage of it.
McHale now with 7 points. 31 seconds left to go, opening period. Bridgman 1 of 4. That's 1 of 12 from 3 guys they really look for a lot of offense. McHale the turnaround, and he's got 12 off the bench. Bridgman back out to Pressey. Off the glass, bad shot right there as Bird comes away with the rebound. Buckner on the wing will pull up wide open from 15 and hits.
Timeout if I were Don Nelson. Get one. This club's ready to explode
this year. 4 of 4 from the floor, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. And it's 39-22. Lanier back in the game. Now McHale guarding him. And Dauber finally gets McKeskey guarding Maxwell.
One great thing about Sidney Moncrief, he'll make no excuses and complain. He'll just play.
Dennis Johnson with 8 points. And Celtics some token pressure as Marcus Johnson will bring it across the timeline. 41-24. Marcus pulls up from 15 and hits.
Quarter year, he knows when to front. He's very experienced, and he's a master of the hold.
Now Dunleavy came over to give help. Buckner puts it up off the glass, and get lucky now. Maxwell, the DJ. Marcus the rebound.
DJ would be the first guy to tell you that he's not a long-range jump shooter, but he does so many other good things on the floor.
Didn't look like Maxwell. And in.
Simple, basic, pulled up the foul line and got the ball to Maxwell cutting.
Maxwell's hurt. He's limping off the floor as Dunleavy on a...
He denied it to Bird. There's the pass by Buckner, and there's the drive by Maxwell. I absolutely love him. I would have given anything to coach a thoroughbred like that.
51-30, 21-point lead. Milwaukee turns it over, and Bird gets the steal. Celtics shooting 60% from the floor, 100% from the foul line. Bird steps in, hits.
You know what, Roger? Don't tell Red Auerbach, but I might pay him to sit on the sideline to coach a Larry Bird.
The Bucks totally frustrated. Listen to this crowd.
This year, he's done a great job with a team that doesn't have a legitimate point guard.
Steal by Marcus Johnson. Henderson back at the other end. Marcus lays it up and in, so he has scored 5 straight points for the Milwaukee Bucks, and it's 53-35 with just over 5 to go.
He's such a great athlete, but because of Bird on the floor, Bird has a tendency to make everybody else go down a notch.
Bird draws the foul and count it.
Remember my line? He's drilled more bankers than Bonnie and Clyde, and I'll tell you, we'll say that again. I mean, he just drills that off the glass. Larry Bird, take a look at the pump fake, gets Marcus up in the air, steps back, leans in, Gets the contact and still has the strength to kiss it off the glass.
Larry Bird now. Less than 5 to go in the half. Lanier down low. Couple of fakes. Tough follow-away shot by Bob Lanier, and he's got 6.
That was a Larry Bird kind of shot. Shooting with the knee up in the air, fading away. Had good touch on that shot. McHale working on McKeskey. Ball away. Boy, Kevin McHale has been some kind of tough. 6 on the shot clock. McKeskey the alley-oop. McKeskey for an advantage.
Ainge matched up on Pressey. Swing it to Marcus, who's open. And he hits it. Marcus Johnson with 13 points now, and it's 59-41. That was the best movement by Milwaukee, I think, in the game.
Well, they had good ball movement and good player movement, and anytime you have movement on a floor, you're very difficult to defend.
Bird, the baseline. Look at this shot. Bucks come away with it. Bird figure everything else has been going in tonight. I'll try that one. Milwaukee's made 5 straight. Bird comes down with the rebound. Celtics have it 3-on-3.
Right now, if you're Don Nelson, you're trying to hope for respectability. 12-11 down at halftime. You don't want to go down 19-20 at the half.
Dennis Johnson trapped out to Bird. Swings it to Ainge. 6 on the shot clock. The scoop. And here come the Milwaukee Bucks. 2-on-2 with Marcus working against Larry. Nice fake, and it counts.
He's a good 12-foot shooter.
Moncrief misses. Maxwell the rebound. Ainge down court to Parrish and in.
He runs the court better than any big man in basketball. When you talk about this,
Able to get a piece of it. Bird the steal, though. Bounce pass to Maxwell. Back to Bird and in.
simple give-and-go basketball. Larry Bird kicks it out to Maxwell, cuts back down the lane. That's old-style basketball, Boston Celtic basketball during the days of Russell to Cousy to Sharman or to Jones.
Bird with 18 points, and it's 65-46 with 45 to go in the half. Bridgman, the stationary jumper, and he nails that one for Junior Bridgman, just 4 points.
Bridgman shoots that shot. That's his baby, shooting that stationary J, coming off the screen and popping out, squaring up and shooting it.
Johnson posting up the fall away, hits it. Marcus Johnson didn't respect him that time.
Johnson scores inside quite a bit. That's where he gets most of his points, on the low boxes on the interior.
All right, Dick, they made a pretty good run cutting it from 23-15, and then the Celtics now, they've moved it back out. 19-point lead. 5 seconds to go in the half. Bridgman won't go. No basket on the tip-in.
The whole half, Roger, has been really Boston Celtic defense, Boston Celtic fast break offense, and certainly the 1-2 tandem of Bird and Kevin McHale.
Score at halftime, the Celtics 67 and the Bucks 48. NBA playoff basketball will continue here on ESPN after this.
Shots on the interior.
Seven on the shot clock.
Johnson trying to post Moncrief down inside.
And it counts. With 2 on the shot clock, they got what they wanted, Dick. It took them some time, but they finally got it down low.
That's part of their offensive set, utilizing Johnson's ability to post inside. There's Bird with the good size, ability to look over the defense and make the pass. And there's that head fake again. That's such a great asset to an offensive player. That's 4 fouls, isn't it, on Moncrief?
Yes, it is. Dennis Johnson. And he hits the free.
As easy as it looks.
Oh, Dick, in one game here against New York, Celtics got up by 28 at one time, and the Knicks were able to cut it down.
But they're not able to shut down the Celtic offensive game. And that's got to really frustrate Nelson.
Three-pointer, and Dunleavy nails it.
Better than his 6'4.5", 6'5" frame.
How hot were the Celtics down the stretch? Well, they have won 18 of their last 23 games.
Single reverse move by Johnson to get free for the ball.
Lanier the rebound. Here come the Bucks. They'll run with it this time as they've got a 3-on-2. Bridgman on the side. And that's a layup for Junior. Celtics want a timeout. Just over 9 to go in the third. They're up by 19.
accolade that he did, because when you talk about a guy doing a great job on the sideline, excellent communicator, Pat Riley.
Offensive foul on Gerald Henderson. No, to put something together here. 75-58. Celtics with the lead. No basket. Foul's going to be on Marcus Johnson. That is his second.
Crowd's getting a little restless, Roger, because it's down to 17.
Well, it was 73-49. Since then, Milwaukee's been on a 9-2 run, as they've got a couple of fast break opportunities, and you were mentioning at the end of the half that they really hadn't had too much in the first half.
They really have a tendency, Boston, to go into little slumping periods. You mentioned the fact that they had that big lead on New York, and New York came and got it down to 8, and then Boston spurred it again on them.
That, of course, run ended when there was a little altercation between Danny Ainge and Darrell Walker, which Ainge was eventually fined $750, but he is appealing. Get the shot. The fake, and now he does. Missed it, and Bird just ripped that rebound off. Celtics have a 4-on-2. DJ and in.
There's an example of Larry Bird demonstrating again that you don't have to have great legs, you don't have to have great speed, but he runs the ball up the court and he knows when to give it up. He gave it up at the right angle to Johnson for the layup.
19 points for Dennis Johnson. Bird has 21, McHale 18. Switch off as Parrish comes over on Marcus Johnson. That was a good job, because look at Lanier pushing Bird a little bit. Bird just shaking his head, laughing. Vanek's not going to call it. Henderson, the miss. Marcus Johnson, and he's the layup. Casey Jones calling play number 5.
Back screen for Parrish.
And he hits it.
They run that set play. They ran a
work their offense better the sooner they can get into it, as Dennis Johnson takes it inside.
Sidney Moncrief right there with 4 fouls. A great.
They wound the clock down, similar to what Milwaukee likes to do.
They have good timing and good rhythm when they get into their offensive sets.
Lanier tips it up and in.
They play at a faster pace. They play at a quicker tempo. Milwaukee's style is to use that clock, and that's the great coaching. And in this league, these guys really, if there's one thing I've been impressed with all year, has been the great coaching of the guys in the league.
Vanek calls the foul as Lanier and Dunleavy had the double team, and the foul is going to be on the court. They can't make adjustments to Boston as readily as they could last year.
Exactly. Good judgment by...
Oh, Marcus Johnson on the follow of the Sidney Moncrief miss. And Marcus Johnson been to the line 17 more times in Milwaukee.
They're going to go to the line a little bit more, Roger, because they rely on posting the inside, taking the ball to their people on the interior.
Bird misses. Maxwell, the offensive board. Put it up and in, and I'll tell you what, the shots are going for the Boston Celtics.
They got a feel for this arena. Remember, we talked about the familiarity. They're getting a chance to practice here the last month of the season, as opposed to during the season with
Dick,
the Boston Bruins.
That shot Max made, I don't care if he practices here for 3 years. You know, that was just luck that time.
You're right.
He was just trying to get it up and hoping to draw the foul as Lister turns around and hits. And for Lister,
I just think that he's looking for a 1-year kind of sabbatical, get back the adrenaline, and then come back. That's just my gut feeling.
Celtics rotating the basketball. Henderson will take it on top. Misses, and Pressey the rebound. They really tried to isolate Bird on Pressey that time, but they couldn't get him the basketball. Lorenzo Romar is checked in. Now he's a streak shooter, as Moncrief hits from outside. Now Sidney Moncrief, Celtic lead, just over a minute to go in the third. Dennis Johnson misses inside, and Lanier gets the rebound. Marcus takes it in, and Ainge commits the foul. Down to say 11 or even 10, they'll be in pretty good shape to make a run at the Celtics. Maxwell leans in and hits a big shot. Cedric Maxwell now with just 6 points. You have to remember one other 15 and 12 on the respective clocks as Nelson's calling out the time from the side. Marcus Johnson working against Maxwell.
They got a triple tandem on right side.
Richmond puts it up and in.
88 off transition, including fast breaks, free throws, and converted.
As Bird comes up with a steal.
Converted offensive rebounds, and they also make you pay when you turn the ball over.
Maxwell misses. McHale the offensive board and in. Kevin McHale now with 20 points, and the Bucks had got it to 13. Bird with the steal on the turnover, and they come back and make the 2.
Crowd wants the knockout punch. They smell it.
Bridgman leans in and hits it. McHale on top, hits it. Kevin McHale has been on fire tonight. He had 18 in the first half, did not score in the third period. He has got the first two here in the fourth and final period. 7 of 8 from the floor, 8 free throw line. Kevin McHale with 22 points.
He presents so many problems, Roger, because he can't shoot that open 17-footer and the inside game as well.
Bridgman now with... Celtics will bring in Scott Wedman at the next opportunity. And it counts. The foul on Bob Lanier.
That's it.
And Dennis Johnson has 26 points. To Bird.
Bird goes out to the top of the circle, lays the screen on the switch. He immediately rolls to the basket, has inside position, perfect two-man basketball.
Three-pointer by Moncrief, and he hits it. And John Vanek looked out to Hugh Evans.
Talk about Marcus Johnson and Sidney Moncrief. They are a super tandem.
101-87 with 9:14 to go, 14-point lead. McHale beats Lanier inside.
Kevin McHale getting great inside position. Bob a little frustrated because he expects to get team defensive help, and he doesn't get any to the baseline side.
Stolen at the other end. Bird trying to lead Wedman, but Pressey, those long arms, picks up the interception.
Poor pass by Larry Bird. Should have never made that pass that far from the basket.
Point lead for the Celtics with 8:42 to go.
We've said so many times in the NBA, 14 points with 8 minutes certainly is not a lot.
Marcus Johnson makes the steal of the Bird pass, and Marcus has really frustrated Larry Bird. And he hits it from outside. 4 of their shots in this fourth period. They have got it down to a 12-point ball game. Bird with just 1 field goal in the second half. Wedman working against Moncrief. The fall away, and he hits.
That play was directed by the orchestra leader, the guy Montavani, Larry Bird. He said, get down inside, Wedman. I'm going to get you the ball with the mismatch, your size against Sidney.
Lanier back outside to Marcus. Moncrief will step in, and he hits it. Sidney Moncrief
got a better flow to their offensive game.
Bird going up for the shot. That is not by design. Don Nelson said his team fouled New Jersey because they couldn't make their free throws, but they don't really want to be fouling Boston as much as they have.
That was part of their game plan against New Jersey, and New Jersey was a 68% shooting free throw team, or 70%, I believe, all year long. And during the playoffs, they shot in the high 60s, so that game plan worked to perfection. However, here tonight, this team can shoot the basketball, but that is not by design, as you mentioned.
But he got into it in the Knicks series a couple of times. An illegal defense call. That was designed. No basket. 108-93. Fall-away shot. Ainge takes it on top, and he hits it. Danny Ainge, now his first hoop of the game, and it's 110-93.
I said to Danny, you're playing a lot better basketball. He said, Dick, as Marcus has an answer. Danny telegraphed that pass.
Oh, Moncrief gets it to go. 58% in the game. Meanwhile, Milwaukee 7 of 8 here, and 42% in the game. As Parrish, the fall away, won't go, and Dunleavy comes up with the basketball. The Bucks trail by 13, and they throw it away at the other end.
That hurts when you got a 3-on-1 opportunity and you come up empty. Remember to ask me later about the zone defense. I want to explain that, Rob.
Dick, I'm writing it down right now. Before we get off the air tonight, you can bank it. Bird does and hits.
You can bank that one, too. You can run to the bank with number 33 on your side.
Over the last 2 times. Timeout on the floor, 4:47. Lot to go in this game, and the Celtics lead it by 15. Celtics lead the Bucks 112-97, and I don't know, and it's 112-98. 14-point lead for the Celtics. Bridgman inside misses, and the foul underneath.
Milwaukee's in a scrambling half-court trap. If they bring the ball to the sideline, you'll see a trap on the floor.
The foul's going to be on Alton Lister. And on Lister, that is his fourth. That is the fourth team foul as Quinn Buckner checks into the game.
Lister leaning on Parrish. He's leaning. He's got the forearm on him. Balls. There's the little push. John Vanek right on the call.
Cedric Maxwell, of course, went out with a sprained ankle in the third period. Gerald Henderson really hasn't played that much. Ray Melchiori, the trainer, was talking to him a minute ago. Dennis Johnson leans in and hits a tough shot. Dennis Johnson now.
DJ got the ball on a baseline. Here he is driving. There's the little head fake. Bridgman steps out to try and play him. Lister comes over for the block. But it's your power to win that whole conference.
Bird cross court to McHale. Tipped up and in by Robert Parrish. Parrish with just 10 points. With a big tip there, and the Celtics go up by 15.
They always have an answer for you.
The finger roll by Marcus Lister, the offensive jam.
Very tough team to foul, Roger, because they're such great free throw shooters.
Buckner hits from outside.
Casey's got to sub a little bit because of the danger of an injury also.
We'll move out to a 2-0 lead in this best of 7 Eastern Conference Championship Series. Game 3 will be in Milwaukee on Saturday. Game 4 on Monday night.
Not only are they up 2-0 after this game, Roger, they haven't been threatened. They haven't even been absolutely threatened at all by Milwaukee. And I know Don Nelson and his team's going to regroup and really be ready for a challenge because little pride's at stake. He's not a good free throw shooter.
Carr misses. Lister. Bird steals it. To Clark, and he traveled.
Got to get Larry Bird out of the city to take that check.
I can do it because it's written down. It says I have to. Bird checks out 32 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists.
Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. All I could say is when the man put those two guys together, he put together a special, special basketball player.
Romar misses from outside. 109 left to go. Celtics will win their 14th straight at the Boston Garden.
Carlos Clark does some nice things on the floor. I know the players are very high on Carlos's ability. ML steps up. Oh, that's rubbing. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't step back and take 3 points and really rub it in their face. That's a no-no, ML Carr. That's a no-no.
Brewer misses.
You don't try to humiliate people.
Dunleavy a three-pointer. Dunleavy's hit 3 three-pointers tonight. And it's 123-106, 34 seconds left to go.
I don't think Casey Jones liked that shot by ML Carr, especially stepping back, deliberately shooting the three-pointer.
ML just likes to hear the cheers.
ML looks over a red arm out of the trap and caught him with the arm. You hear the crowd chanting sweep?
Well, that's what they did in Milwaukee last year. Matter of fact, they brought the Bruins out in Game 4 as Romar puts it up and in. So that'll do it.
Roger, it's been an end seer. No contest.
Final score, Celtics defeat the Milwaukee Bucks 125-110. We'll be back after this.